Hey guys, I'm finally back with my vlog. It's called A Sip of Substance, and today I brought somebody that's very, very special to me, Alyssa and Alyssa. So we're both Alyssa, double trouble. Today's talk is basically going to be a spiritual talk about finding inner peace, healing from toxic, situations, and I feel like I couldn't have chosen a better person than Alyssa because, I know she's been through a lot of adversities. I've seen her, I've known Alyssa since middle school, and I've seen her grow beautifully into the person that she is today. It's actually inspiring, and I've seen her turn to faith. I've seen her turn to positivity, and now I feel like it just radiates off of her, and that's why I feel like there couldn't have been a better person. So I just wanted to start off by saying, everybody goes through adversity. Everyone goes through stuff, and then there's moments in your life where you're feeling uneasy. During this period, we're all weak. Some of us are weak, vulnerable, we're tired, we're confused, we don't understand. So we just start, telling lies to ourselves to make ourselves feel better. In order to really be 100% with yourself, you have to forgive yourself. If there's a situation where you have to apologize to anybody, just know that not everybody is moving at your pace. So once you get that apology out, you have to feel content with yourself. Not everything is meant to be made right. All you can do is move forward. What are some ways that have helped you forgive yourself for anything that you've done in the past?
I would say it's just being myself. Actually coming true to myself is how I really forgave myself. Sitting there and taking it all in, soak it all in, realize what you've done, and move on. Realize, okay, you did it. Is that you? No. Okay, done. You did it, absorb it, over. You can't marinate in the past. You can't marinate in the future because it's not real. So you just have to go with that mindset. It's not even real anymore. It's not even true anymore. Things happen. Move on. Take it in. Move.
Okay, sis. Not everyone's gonna forgive you for your mistakes, but the least you can do is forgive yourself. You can't beat yourself up too much. All you can do is forgive yourself because God has already forgave you and He waiting on you. What are some ways that have helped you let go of your past?
You just have to reevaluate who's around you, who reminds you of your past. Like I said, marinate on it. Find things you like to do, find your passion, and focus on that. The world is not about your friends or about how people care about you or other people. Your world is literally you. You make up your own world. So if you want to change yourself, it's up to you to change. All these other people aren't going to be here forever. Everything's going to change. Change is the only thing that's constant. So rock and roll with it,
Mm-hmm.
Was that a good answer?
Like I said, I feel like in order to fully, forgive ourselves and leave, what's supposed to be left in the past, I feel like we need to appreciate and we need to actually embrace who we're becoming. We need to appreciate and embrace our mistakes. That's a part of who we're becoming. That's made us into who we are today. It's a part of our growth. If you try to hold on and you're not letting go, you're really blocking your blessings and you're ultimately only hurting yourself. You don't always have to understand. I feel like some things you just have to accept for what they are. You can't just blur up your feelings with this quote, I understand. People will say that and still feel the way they feel. And I feel like that's another form of lying to yourself, is when you try to be oh, I understand, instead of just accepting the situation for what it is. I feel like, everyone wants to be happy, and it doesn't happen in a day. You can't just wake up and be like, oh, I'm happy. Anybody who does that, just know that they struggle. So I feel like, you have to take everything one step at a time, one day at a time. Embrace each day. Embrace all your feelings. You have to really live in the moment. You have to worry less about the future, worry less about the past. Walk by faith, not by sight. What's something that you started practicing that has helped you worry less?
Meditating, resting, saging. Saging and praying has really brought me a long way. Clearing the negative energy out. Sage, I don't know if you believe it or not, takes away negative energy. It's scientifically proven to clear out negative energy. So, and I've noticed once I start lighting sage, people will start dropping like flies. I just light it and meditate on it and go, no, I'm gonna be good. no, I'm protected, I'm safe, and I'm good. Like, no need for all that negativity.
Mm-hmm. Literally the other day, I found out some terrible news. Nasty, disgusting. No, we're not gonna go there. But really, like, I found out some bad stuff that, you know, kind of hurt me. And Alyssa came with her sage. And literally, like, I feel like after she did that, I felt happy. Like, I felt good energy. I was having a good time with my friends. Like, I wasn't really focused on any of that. It was a nice cleanse. People, they start worrying about transitioning, like I said, from one period to the next period, and a lot of people they start planning, and I feel like whenever you start planning, that's the first mistake you can make.
You don't know the future.
Yeah. Ultimately, you're just gonna hurt your expectations, or you're gonna feel like a failure. Okay, first of all, I've been working since I was 15. The past 2 months, I've been unemployed by choice. I'm financially responsible. I had to tell myself, like, you're not about to worry yourself about finances. You're not about to worry yourself about your career. You're gonna embrace each moment. You're gonna take these vacations. I just feel like I needed this, like a spiritual, like free of all responsibilities. And it actually has really helped me practice on not worrying so much, because if anybody is the biggest worry wart in the world, it's me. Like, I will worry myself to death over stuff that don't even matter.
That don't even exist.
Right? Stuff that don't even exist yet. Like, why am I like this?
Yes.
I'm my mother's child. I found myself worrying about a lot of things, and when I really just like sat back and removed some of these people, some of these situations, just
even like jobs. Like, you think the job is so good because of the money? Girl, trust. I used to work where I would make no less than $1,500 a week, no less than $1,000 a week, but that money was killing me. You know what I mean? It was draining me emotionally and physically, and you could see it.
I used to bartend at a place, and where I didn't want to be there. I didn't want to be there. Though I was making some good money, like, it was emotionally draining, and I felt like ultimately I was lying to myself, because I was in a place where I couldn't grow.
You're not happy.
All I was doing was saving for a time like this. Where I could just not do. Okay, so I have a few quotes that I'm gonna read to you guys. Feel free to drop below what you think about them. Secret things belong to the Lord, and future things are secret things.
So your future is God's plan. You don't know your future. You can't sit here and, oh, my future's gonna be this and that and that. You don't know. You don't know at all. It is a secret. Like, if you go out and tell somebody, oh, I'm doing this and that and that, they might jock you. You know what I mean? It's just like that. Like, so keep your plans to yourself. Ask God for these plans. Ask Him to direct you, and He will show you the way.
Turn from the path of planning to the path of peace. Kind of like another form of lying to yourself. Like, you're gonna put all this energy and all this stress and all this worry into things that you don't know when they're gonna happen, if they're gonna happen. And when I say this, I don't necessarily mean like your dreams or your passions or nothing. I'm talking about, like, people are like, oh, I want a relationship by this age, or I want
to move out, I want to get a house, I want to do this.
I want to do all this stuff by this age. And it's like, baby. Baby. That's all I have to say. I feel like whenever you're planning less, stop forcing things or trying to have your life laid out and planned out on a timeline. I feel like you're less likely to hurt your expectations, and you're less likely to feel like a failure. Your future is in my hands. I release it to you day by day, moment by moment. Therefore, do not worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will worry about itself.
Because tomorrow is not promised.
Each day has enough trouble of its own.
Basically, you have so many blessings in one day, and if you start counting them, you'll be more grateful. Stop worrying about tomorrow or yesterday. Like, all you have is now. Tomorrow isn't promised. Yesterday, you had it. You know, be thankful that you were here yesterday and you're here now.
To find inner peace, you have to be free of judgment of others. I feel like and this is where social media can come in place too. I feel like whenever people are trying to find themselves, they see all of these outside factors, they start walking down the wrong path. It's not too often where I see people, like, I want to say rebelling, but I don't, because that's putting someone in a category. But like being like standing out, whenever people see these type of people, they're so quick to judge them. But I feel like with me, that's attractive. Like seeing someone just doing stuff that not everyone does, or like just being themselves. And I don't judge. I really just I admire, because it's like I know that person is at fucking peace with themselves. They don't give a damn. Like they don't care. The more you find yourself being unapologetically you and authentically you, I feel like you're growing. And when you find yourself not caring so much what other people think, that's a sign of you growing. And I want to go ahead and throw my own experience in there. When I was younger, I would do a lot of things for other people, like other people's expectations. I mean, yeah, I wanted to do some of these things, but at the same time, I was mostly doing it to impress others, to please others. I got to a point where I had to stop all of it, because I found myself not doing it for me. And I wasn't at peace. I wasn't at peace because, you know, like I said, I was worried about other people and their feelings way beyond mine.
Put your feelings first. Put your emotions first. You come first.
A lot of people might look at me today and think like, oh wow, like she's different, or oh wow, she's I used to get like, oh, she's more out there, or you know, stuff like that. And it's like, okay, and if I want to be out there, I'm gonna be out there, and I'm gonna embrace it. And that's that. Like I don't want to follow everyone else's expectations, or how you're supposed to be all, you know, conservative on social media or professional on social media. It's like, well, you know what? My social media is my social media. I will post what I want to post, and I will not think twice about it. And I feel like that's me finding my inner peace, because I'm getting to a point where I do not care what others think about me. And that was another big thing about me sharing with everyone that I'm even going through this chapter in my life. Like, a lot of people might be embarrassed. I asked you guys for questions last night, and I didn't get that many because I feel like some people might be embarrassed. Like, they don't want to let other people know they're low. But you know what? I feel like I'm finding peace within myself, that I don't care if y'all know that I'm low or not, because I know that every day I am growing, and every day I'm getting better and stronger and bigger. And whether y'all know or not, I'm still going to reach to the top. So what are some ways that has helped you become free of judgment?
I still struggle with that every day, you know. I feel like with where I work, I'm a hairstylist. I see different people every day. I see all kinds of different people, all kinds of different problems. And then once you start getting to know, like, who they are, like, oh, like, you're not, like, who you look, you know, like, it's just like that, like, because I ain't gonna lie, I'm quick to be like, oh girl, you sure you know, but then like once you start talking to people, it's like, all right, like, you know, like, you're not what I thought, you know. So it's, you know, a lot of people have taken from me that way, you know what I mean? Like, people start talking to me, oh, you're not a little stuck up like I thought, and I'm like, all right, thanks. It's just something you have to rock and roll with, and to be free of judgment, you just put yourself in those shoes. Like, picture yourself, or picture your mom, or picture your grandma. Like, do you really got any place to judge this person at all? Like, you have to look at everybody equally. Like, as your grandma, you be judging your grandma? Hell no.
I feel like with me, like I said, a lot of things that people would normally get judged on, it's turned into this attraction to me. Like, I'm actually inspired. Like, wow, this person can be authentically themselves and just not care. During this moment, you have to really protect your energy. Which is that's something that I've been doing. I don't know if I'm doing it in the right or the wrong ways, but I've found myself during this period in my life being very, very sensitive. Like, if someone comes at me sideways, I'm like, you know, like, I'm like, I will go off because I don't have the patience right now, which I'm getting there. But I feel like I don't need that in my life right now. Like, that's my motto, like, for the rest of 2019. I don't need that in my life right now. So, like, if I have the power to remove something, I'm gonna remove it, because my energy right now is very sacred. And anybody who I give my energy to, or anything I give time to, I hope you feel special. Because, like,
you
literally,
better feel special.
Like, literally, I don't have the energy. Like, someone someone came in my messages the other day, and I got so annoyed that I just blocked them, which I had to step back, and I was like, okay, let's see, you don't have to do all that. But it's just like, if I can get rid of a certain energy, or if I can get rid of it, like, why not? Like, that's what I'm trying to work towards. But this is my petty question. Do you believe in, okay, because social media is really big. Do you believe in, like, unfollowing someone or muting someone?
I might as well unfollow them. Like,
right? Because, you know, I be seeing all these. Okay, I see a lot of fake stuff going on. Like, people be like, oh no, she muted, and then they start talking crap about that person, and I'm like, then why don't you just unfollow them? Like,
what's the point of muting them? Like, if you don't want to see them, unfollow them.
I understand, like, some people be like, oh, it's because I'm cool with that person, but they just annoy me, like, with their tweets. And I'm like, okay, well, if you're cool with them and they just annoy you, okay, maybe. But some people were like, oh yeah, I do not like Tiffany, but I'm gonna mute her. It's like, why
but
not?
I still want to follow her to make sure she doing what she doing.
Just like, why not unfollow? Like, I feel like people need to stand by their word and protect. People need to be real with themselves and protect their energy. Like, because a lot of y'all are lying to yourselves with this mute thing, and you're lying to the other person too. But now I'm gonna let that person know that there was an issue in my life, and I am no longer a follower. No, I'm just kidding. Am I dramatic, or am I just protecting my energy? Like, no, I'm not being dramatic. Social media, I get to choose what I want to see, who I want to see, what I want to hear, like what I'm letting into my mind. And if there's something that's disturbing me, I'm just gonna let it go. I'm gonna just let it go. I also feel like at this time, you have to be selfish with your energy as well. You can't really give yourself to anybody and everybody. I feel like once you start doing that, again, you're lying to yourself. You might just be lonely, you might just be bored, and I feel like you're not giving yourself a fair chance at really finding peace, or you're not giving yourself a fair chance at really just getting to know yourself. So there was a point in my time where I love to be alone. Mm-hmm. Like, I will go everywhere alone. I go to the movies alone. I go grocery shopping alone. I go everywhere by myself. I just love being with me. Mm-hmm. I will talk to myself in the mirror. I will hype myself. I will turn up myself. I will pregame by myself and then meet up my friends. Like, there used to be a point where I just loved being alone. Like, I loved my alone time. And then, like I said, I got into a situation where I grew so attached to somebody else, I forgot who I was, and I forgot, like I just felt like I abandoned myself because I did not want to give myself alone time. I felt like I had to be on that person's hip like a damn baby. Like, and I ain't no baby. Like, so I just feel like during this time, you really have to just learn how to be alone. Mm-hmm. And not a lot of people can do that. Like, a lot of people will, you know, jump right into the next situation, which, hey, sometimes that just happens. I'm not judging. Sometimes that just happens. It really does just happen. But sometimes people do it for the wrong reasons, just to keep their mind occupied. And again, when you're just trying to keep your mind occupied, sometimes you're lying to yourself. It depends what you're trying to keep your mind occupied with. I feel like you should turn, like I said, keep an open mind. You should turn to things like reading, you know, just learning yourself more.
Finding your purpose.
Finding your purpose, learning yourself more. So now I kind of want to just close my journal, set my journal to the side, and I kind of just want to ask Alyssa to share like a little bit about her journey. You don't have to get like in details or like personal, but like I said, I chose her for a reason because I know she's been through a lot of stuff, and like it's just very inspiring. Like there was a point in time where like I was like, where's Alyssa? Like she had went ghost on everything, and I was like, where's Alyssa? Like, does Alyssa not have social media anymore? Like I said, she's my middle school friend, so I went to college. And like I like to keep up with her. So I was like, where is she? Like, what's going on, you know? And it wasn't until I kind of went through that moment myself where I was like, like I get it. She was growing during that, you know, period in life.
Well, in high school, you know, you have your group of friends that you're thinking that you're gonna be your best friends forever and all this stuff, like woo to woo, like, oh, you got the gang. Now it's out of high school and like y'all doing what y'all do, y'all are grown, you know? But you still, like, you need to find your purpose. Like, you need to find a job. What are you going to do? Me, I went to beauty school. I did what I did. And I started meeting all these different people, and I just lost myself because I was so caught up in everybody else and everybody else's emotions, how everybody else felt, and I wanted to be like there with everybody. I didn't care what everybody think about me and all that stuff, and so I was trying to be cool and fit in and hang out, and I couldn't, you know what I mean? Like, I mean, I was, but I couldn't, you know, it wasn't me. And then I was hanging out, and I found another group of friends that we were just being lowlifes. Like, I was working as a hairstylist at this shop, and I wasn't getting nowhere with myself. I was working at Bombshells, and it was like I wasn't happy. It was just, I was just there. Like, I was just like a ghost floating, literally. And that's when my homeboy had to tell me, like, what the fuck are you doing, Alyssa? Like, what are you doing? And I was like, he had to sit here and tell me, what the fuck are you doing? Like, you ain't with us. Like, you're better than us. Like, you're beautiful. Like, you have your career. Like, go pass your test. Because what was really hurting me is I couldn't pass my test. Like, it took me 8 times to pass my written on mine. And everybody knows I'm not like the smartest bookworm and stuff like that, and that's what it was all about. But it was just harder for me to pass this test, and I was putting myself down. I didn't think I was ever going to be anything. I didn't think I was going to be a hairstylist. This was my dream, you know, like, I want to do hair, I want to be in a back shop. And, you know, like, I just wasn't getting nowhere, and so that's when I fucking did. And I started to find myself, like, I slowly started growing. I started seeing people just drop like flies. Like, they're not my friends no more. Like, people who you think would reach out to you would never reach out to me. And it was just like, all right, like, whatever. And then I started, like, praying more and, like, saging and lighting my candles and stuff like that. And I just started being more me, like, more me. And then slowly my blessings started coming. Like, slowly each blessing started coming and coming. And then I met my boyfriend, and everything's just been perfect.
Inspiration, y'all.
But trust me, it was hard. It was hard. Like, being so low to where your own mother tells you, like, you don't even look like yourself. Like, what's wrong with your face? It had to take all of that for me to get really, really low to come back up and be like, all right, like, I'm gonna be good. Like, I'm gonna grow. I'm gonna get out of this. And I dug myself out of that hole. Like, I still live in my parents' house, but they didn't help me. They don't give me money. They don't give me jobs. They don't give me this. They don't give me that. I had to go and work for it. I had to go and strive for it. I had to get that ambition from nowhere. I had to find that light and spark it in my damn self, because nobody was gonna spark that shit for me. You know what I mean?
That right there, I feel like a lot of people need to hear, because a lot of people turn to people or to things to try to find this spark,
or like sex, or like money, or like.
And like she said, it's like when you feel like you're at rock bottom, don't turn to nothing. Just follow faith, because once you're down, like, you can only go up.
Yeah.
Like,
you're already so far down.
Yeah, so it's just like, instead of like turning to something else where you're not certain, turn to faith, because faith, like Alyssa said, you know, them candles work. A lot of people make fun of me for my damn candles.
The universe is real.
The candles are real.
You. Like, it's all within you. That energy is so real. Like, if you literally put your energy into something that you feel like is going to happen, it will happen. Like, if I fucking sit here and picture myself and win the goddamn lottery and go play at the gambling station, I'm best believe I'm going to try to hit. I'm going to hit. But if you don't picture it, girl, don't go to the casino. If you can sit there and try to marinate on it, you can't see it. You can't see it. Like, you can't. No, because that happened to me too. I still. Yeah. But it's just little things like that. Like, if you sit there and picture yourself being great, like, if you can sit there and see yourself being like this bad entrepreneur, this badass person, be that person. You know what I mean? Just come back and be that person. Do things to get there. Make plans to get there. Start stepping, like, day by day. What can you do today to make you to become that person? You know what I mean? Like, don't just be, oh, I'm just so low. Like, there's nothing. Like, oh, nobody's ever gonna, you know?
I feel like I just want everyone to know that, like, for one, you're not alone. Like, everybody goes through this. Everyone goes through this. And for two, it takes time. It takes time. Once you get through it, you can turn around and say, wow, how strong I am. Wow, how patient I was. And, you know, you're going to hit a lot of bumps in the roads. I'm not saying, you know, you're going to find your purpose tomorrow or yourself tomorrow. But, you know, it takes time, and it's okay to go down the wrong path, hit a bump, and then turn around. You know, because
it's all part of your journey.
It is all part of your journey, and it's okay to, like, make mistakes.
And it's going to be a story. It's your story.
So that basically concludes our talk today. Like I said, I really wanted to touch on this topic. because I wanted to get another perspective, you know, some more energy going in this video. I guess something I want to leave you guys with is whenever you sense someone going through something, first of all, respect it. I feel like people don't respect it enough. Like, they still try to put their 2 cents in or stick their fingers in the pie when it's not ready. So I feel like whenever you sense that someone's trying to find inner peace within themselves, respect it. And then also, if you can do anything like contribute good energy, do that.
Remember, your energy is sacred, always. Just remember, energy is very real, the universe is very real, and whatever you put out would always come back to you.
Definitely. So if you guys have any more questions or comments, or if you guys want to talk to me or Alyssa, because we are good listeners, we will have our social medias pop up right here, bam, right there, bam. So if you guys want to reach out to any one of us, we are good listeners, and we're always here to help. I'm all about empowerment and uplifting, not just women, men too. It's just no guys ever want to be my friend.
Well, I feel like guys hold their emotions back. Like, what you so scared of? It's okay to be an emotional man. Like,
it is okay to
especially you Pisces men. Y'all very emotional.
Okay, we want to
release it.
Stay tuned. Like I said, I'm going to be releasing videos to my vlog every Monday and Thursday. So Thursday, stay tuned for the next video. I'm not going to drop the topic until later on this week. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Like I said, I'm going to be bringing in somebody new every week. And I'm also going to be throwing in some fun videos here and there. Like I said, my channel isn't just going to be vlogs. It's going to be some fun stuff too, and some actual beauty tips inside and out. So yeah, thank you for joining us.